Sid, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into, when and how you got into crypto, and then how and when you started this project or how you got involved with it, and then kind of what your role is now. I know a lot of stuff, but general overview of you and crypto and the project and Wax.
All right, so I got brought into Wax via the Crypto Monkeys collection because I was a big fan of Banano at the time, and when they started doing the monkey mining, I jumped in on that and had to create a wallet just to play. And then they did the like the sponsorship where they give you a couple shovels. I think it was Dr. Unani that would hook everybody up with shovels. I got a few shovels, made a little bit of TLM, swapped it for Wax, got some better tools, and then just been in Wax ever since.
Awesome.
I think I was in it for close to a year, and then I decided that I'd like to make a project because I am a developer and I would like to learn how to, exist in this space as a dev.
Mm-hmm.
So I came out with Long Haulers. The idea came basically, my dad's a trucker, but that wasn't really the idea. I just was scrolling through some videos one day and somebody was talking about their life as a truck driver, and I was like, that if you base it off the rules and regulations in the road, you could have some nice burn some burn use cases for fuel and tires and maintenance and stuff like that. So I was like, you could gamify that.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's pretty much how it just came out.
So you're not actually a truck, because that's what some people think is maybe you were a trucker or you still are, but I guess you just saw the business of trucking and you were like, this is just the logistics of it, and I can try to make a game doing this, huh? That's how it went?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
I mean, I've never done anything truck-wise other than I used to work at a distribution center and I'd load trailers and unload trailers doing the forklift stuff, but never actually driving a truck.
Okay, cool. And you're a developer, which I've also heard other people mention, and that is great. I'm not a developer. I'm a designer. And I run and manage everything, and I design everything, and our app devs are actually outsourced. So it's actually a really good skill to have, especially when you're actually coding the Wax. You're coding the game on the Wax, and you're the man for it, huh? You're the man that makes it happen?
Yeah, pretty much. I did the smart contracts and the front end website for the whole thing, all me.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. Plus, I think if you develop it yourself, you understand it better than anybody else. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
When it comes time to talk about it, it's easier.
Yeah, it's true. I feel you. Well, that's really cool. Is there other people on the team?
No. Except, I mean, you could consider Blopsy part of the team. He's the one that created the trucks and the trailers and the driver licenses for us. He did all the artwork.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So the artwork you didn't make, somebody else made that. Okay. Yeah, they look
that's
cool.
A skill I don't have.
They look cool. I thought there was more art than what there is, so it's like, okay, we'll just make one puzzle. But then it's like, what's there? It's great. You got your rarity versions, and I guess that's how it works. The better rarity, the better it's going to do during the game, and it says the stats on it. Like right there behind you on your little green screen on the sign there. Yeah. It says whatever it says, average miles per gallon 5. So there you go. So the better NFTs you have, the better they're going to do. Let's dive into the project a little. We will demo the actual game, but towards the end, I want you to go over your white paper and your website. So I know I looked through the white paper and it kind of just shows really, really nicely what's going on. So maybe just like page by page, just kind of explain what's going on. And then after that, next section, we'll look at the actual NFTs and the actual game and what you do and how you can join companies, because people can work together or you can hire people to work for you and things. So we'll dive into all of that. All right. So cool. Let's go ahead and shrink you down there. You ready with your screen?
Yes. I'm on it.
All right. Get my noggin out of here. There you go.
So when you show up to the white paper, this is what you're going to see. And if you do play the game, reading the white paper is very important because you'll understand the constraints of the game, and the constraints of the game are what make you have to be creative and strategize. So super important. Right here is just the introduction, which is typical boilerplate. You know, this game could change. Blah blah blah. Consider a living document. Can change at any time. Purpose is to be an in-depth guide for players to learn and understand functions of the game, so that you can make informed decisions about the way you approach the game.
Mm-hmm.
The next section is just the pack sell and the methodology. We still do have packs available on Nifty blocks for now. I may pull them down soon because I just don't want to be on sale for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So we may find a new way to distribute them.
So you're not like doing any seasons. It's like, no, it's just straight up. This is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. This is what's available, and this is all that is available to play the game. We may do like season 2. I have talked about season 2, but that will just be new trailers.
Okay.
Maybe there may be new truck designs, depending on collabs and stuff like that. But for the foreseeable future, this is it. This is all that's going to be available.
Okay. People really like them. I just want to say, I've seen the chatter in all the discords. People really like these NFTs and are trading them around, and it's really awesome to see.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. The community that we have built so far is very tight knit. Everyone's helping each other, just trying to build the project. All the growth so far has been pretty organic. There's no major advertising campaigns. So it's all word of mouth. Everybody that's come to the community has come there.
That's awesome.
Based on suggestion from other people. So this is a whitelist methodology, which you don't have to concern yourself with anymore because the pack sales are public. And this is pack sale dates breakdowns. This is the only one that's relevant right now. So I'm not sure if this is accurate anymore. I may have increased the account limit. But there's a cooldown of 5 minutes. You can buy 2 packs at a time. We still have so many packs available, so if you want a pack, you can just go get one off of Nifty Blocks, niftyblocks.com/c/longhaul-NFTs.
Nice.
Right. So this is the pack breakdown. Or the total NFTs. We have single axle trucks and double axle trucks. And for each of those, we have common, uncommon, rare, and epic. The single axle trucks, they're only going to be able to do half of the overall work orders because they have a limited towing capacity. The double axle trucks, whether common, uncommon, or whatever, they all have the same towing capacity. So they can fulfill any of the orders, whether they're heavy or light. But the single axle trucks are, not as good because they can only perform half of the work that the double axles can. And then for every driver, common, uncommon, for every rarity of the drivers, we have one that's a male, one that's a female. And then we also have, for each rarity, we have a different trailer. Now the trailers themselves, they're all different trailers. So we have dry freight trailer, refrigerated trailer, fuel tankers, milk tankers, and they all perform a specific load. So if there's a work order available and it takes a milk tanker, you can't pull that with a dry freight trailer. So some of the trailers are more rare than the others, and depending on which trailer the work order requires depends on the payout. So starting at common, I think it's 300 EFS per 100 miles. And then all the way up to epic, I think it's 450 EFS per 100 mile payout. Now there are some exceptions to that rule because there's a few work orders that are older that paid out like crazy for the early adopters. And then there's also one dedicated to my grandmother that pays a little more than it should. But this is the pack details right here. We've got, for the large pack, It's got 11 game cards. Every card, whether it's a common truck trailer driver or epic truck trailer driver, they all have, based on the rarity of it, they all have the same chance of getting pulled.
Awesome.
So you may, depending on how unlucky or lucky you are, you know, you could get all trailers, you could get all trucks, all drivers. But statistically, this is probably not likely. It does happen though. The standard packs are more of like a booster pack. You'll get 5 game cards, and just like the other ones, are all random. So if you spend double the wax, you get 1 extra NFT. So, and the large pack also does have slightly better odds.
Awesome. So pause. So I said a minute ago, you have these NFT pieces, which you got driver, truck, and trailer, and you need all 3 of them for the full set. And then the better rarities, the better it's going to do in the game. So that really broke it down right there. It breaks it right down, and it tells you right there what the common can do, what the uncommon, rare, epic can do. And then we'll get into the game here in a bit, but you're actually using these NFTs, like these are the things you're possessing to do what you need in the game. So I know most of you are familiar with NFT games, and like what you hold is part of the game, but some people are more into the arts, and this is a good example of exactly that. Whatever you have as the NFT is what goes into the game and what you're using, and it's helping you do the game. So just to clear that up.
Yeah, we only have one NFT that doesn't have any in-game function, and that would be the Route 69 NFT, which is just a little badge for people that were in our Discord server for a long time.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So this is the token supply breakdowns. I mean, we've got up to 1 billion reserved for liquidity. I think we only currently have like 5 million in liquidity, maybe 10. And then we've got some stuff set aside for community engagement throughout the years. Investor rewards, which we haven't even touched on that. That's, potential future. NFT token redemptions, which is for some of the old promos from the old collection. You can redeem those for EFS tokens. And then the gameplay reward pool, we've got a bunch. I based the total calculation off of, say we have like 50 to 100,000 per day. How long can we do that? And I targeted like 10 years.
Okay, got some token action in there, and you got thought behind it, so that's great.
And so for the token itself, like what's the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order for your trucks to drive, they need fuel and they need tire tread.
Oops.
So currently, you can buy fuel, you can buy tire tread as an in-game resource. In the future, we'll have paint job blend tokens for customized cosmetic upgrades to the truck. And we'll also have increased fuel efficiency for trucks, so you can upgrade your trucks. You can also upgrade your drivers, because some drivers are limited to only being able to drive certain trailers. So you'll be able to increase their workability, right? And then also it says here, purchase increased work order capacity for expanding your fleet's profitability. But that's going to be lumped into the company staking, which is going to come out in about 2 weeks. So every player is required to select a company, which I'll probably just break that down when we get into the gameplay.
Okay.
But if you want to buy fuel, you'll go to the website. This is what it used to look like. It's much darker now. But you can buy anywhere between 400 and 10,000 EFS worth of fuel at one time. 400 EFS is the minimum. But when you start the game, you're going to start the game with 500 gallons of fuel. So
okay, I was going to ask. So that's something you need to work, but you start out with some fuel, so that's good. So a lot of this is, and as we dive into the game, you'll see that this is all based on real life. You have to, what do you need to drive a truck? Well, you need your truck and your trailer. You need gas, and then the distance, which I thought is a neat thing. It's all based on real life. So if your truck's driving from Texas to West Virginia, then that's right? So that how long that takes in real life is how long you would have to wait for the stuff to happen, right?
Exactly. That's exactly how it works.
Cool.
Um,
Cool.
so
Carry on.
just like fuel, you got to have tires. Purchase limits are the same.
Tires.
Minimum
Okay.
of 400 EFS, maximum of 10,000 per transaction. So when we jump into the gameplay, the first thing you have to do is select a company. So once you've signed up with the game, you'll come to this company tab, and you'll see a list of companies that you can work for, and all of these companies are owned by different players of the game, right? So if we look right here, we have ZF5R.WAM. They own that company, and any work order you do while working for that company, they get 5% commission.
Okay.
And that's adjustable between the company owners. They can have up as little as 1% or up to 5% commission. And as you can see here, it looks like the company that was selected at this time was Magical 19.
Okay.
And
The screencast is a little blurry, but this is all on the website, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is all on the white paper.
Right.
You
But
can
that
link it right
screen
here.
would be okay. But that screen with companies would be on your website, so it'd be. I know
Yes.
right now you're looking at the white paper, but so we'll look at the actual website in a little bit. But that's where it would be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, so first thing you have to do is select a company. You can't complete any work orders until you've done that. And you may not even be able to buy fuel unless you do that. I can't remember. But select a company first thing. And then we've got the driver cards. So every driver has a pay per mile attribute, and that attribute indicates the amount of EFS that will be deducted from the overall payout because you have to pay the driver. So you imagine your role in the game as a company owner and the person that's getting the work orders and sending the drivers out, right? So that's your role. So you have to pay the driver that you hired for that job. So some drivers, the common drivers, start out at 0.25 EFS per mile, and they go up for the epics up to 0.45 EFS per mile. And then each driver has endorsement stamps like Hazmat, Tanker, Combo, Double, and Special. And these indicate which types of trailers that a driver can pull. So a fuel tanker requires a combo because it's hazardous and it's a tanker. The milk tanker requires the tanker endorsement because your driver has to be capable of driving that, right? And then if it's just a plain hazmat, you got to have the hazmat. Or if it's a double trailer, two trailers attached to each other, you got to have the double stamp. The special stamp is for Series 2, which we haven't even thought about yet. But that's going to be in the future. And the only one that has that is the Epics.
Oh, so everyone that participates is working for another person, or is hiring somebody. Is that right? So if I'm just going to start off the bat, I have to choose a company to work for.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you own one of the company owner NFTs, then you can choose yourself. So you'll get your own commission.
So those companies are you have to have the company owner NFT to be able to do it.
Correct.
And then you have to pay your workers, right?
Well, the workers basically just pay you if you have that. So you just get a commission. It's kind of like Alien World's land, where in order to mine, you got to pick somebody's land to use, and then the landowner gets a cut. So you're just a company owner. You own like the company that provides the work orders to you. You're giving them a 5% finder's fee, kind of.
Okay, so there's
that's how you can view it. Yeah.
Strategy involved here. Yeah, just competent enough to not be boring, says Kino. I like something with a little more into it than just an art. So yeah, there's strategy going on. It says it right on your website. It's a strategy trucking logistics strategy staking game. So, and it's what you call semi-passive. So you're not you don't actually have to sit in the truck and do the truck simulator game. You're just doing the operations. You're just like it's just strategy. It's like I'm gonna do these operations, and then you have to wait for your truck to go do its work. So it's kind of like if the trucks were automated, like if they were self-driving, but then you have to organize. You're the logistics man telling your trucks to go do their thing. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's semi-passive in the fact that you can come to the website once every probably 10 hours, and that's it. If you have one that's complete, you come back later, right?
Okay, cool.
So this is what the driver NFTs look like, and on there they have the driver name, the pay per mile, and any endorsements that they have. So as you can see, the common drivers, they have 0 endorsements. They can only drive the bare minimum, right?
Okay.
Which is the common and uncommon trailers. And then we have the Epic driver, and they have all the endorsements.
Hey, that makes sense. A different endorsement for a truck type. That's like real life too.
Exactly.
Cool.
So they have to be specialized. Just like in real life, you have to be specialized in order to drive these. You have to take special training. So these drivers are highly sought after because they can do anything, but they are more expensive because they're experienced. So that's also part of the strategy, because a common driver may be better than an Epic driver at sometimes because it costs less for you to pay that driver. So anytime you can use a common, it makes more sense to use them than it would an Epic.
Interesting. And that's what the prize is for the puzzle game. The collab one, it's common full sets.
Yeah, the commons I think are pretty versatile because there's more of those work orders, and the work orders change every 2 hours. So I mean, you could run 5 common sets at all times, right? And you'll never really run into any problems. But if you have nothing but epics, there's only like 2 work orders that'll pop up at a given time that are epics. So you'd have to be more involved in playing if you were trying to run a full epic setup.
Gotcha. So back to the strategy. All right.
Yeah.
Why don't you just hold your spot there, and we'll take a little grubfish break.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can pick right up where you left off there when we get back. So no problem there. Because we're right about 15-minute mark here. So go ahead and where is it? Join the grubfish. Oh shoot, it wasn't live. Dang it, I thought it was live. Go ahead and join the grubfish. Let's just go right back to you for a minute. Go ahead and join the grubfish. We're gonna do the next one for long haulers prizes. It was supposed to be going the whole time, but I really thought it was. Maybe it reset or something. All right, let's bring this back up and just carry on real quick. Continue.
All right, so this is the truck section. Every truck has MPG, average speed, and weight limit attributes. The MPG is obviously just the fuel efficiency of the truck. So common trucks start at 5 miles per gallon, and then the epics go up to 10 miles per gallon. So that greatly reduces the amount of fuel that you use. So if you can use an epic truck, use an epic truck, right? And also the average speed comes into play because it will affect the amount of time that it takes your work order to complete. And since we kind of go by the rules of the road, anytime a driver is on the road for more than 10 hours or 11 hours, if they're on the road for more than 11 hours, they by law have to stop and take a 10-hour break.
10-hour break, huh?
Yeah. So if your work order, depending on the truck you have, if your average speed can get you under that 11 hours, then you shave off 10 hours. So there's a bunch of work orders that the rare and epic trucks will save you a ton of time. And that was a pain to figure out.
Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of thought going into it. How often do you think real life truck drivers drive longer than that and don't tell nobody? Or I guess that's all tracked, huh?
Yeah, they track that now.
Yeah.
They can track how long the truck's been in gear, how long it's been in idle.
Yeah, they see everything. That's right.
Yeah,
all right.
They'll call you if you're burning fuel. And then we also have the weight limit, which the weight limit of the truck combined with the weight limit of the trailer determine how heavy of a load you can carry. So like I said earlier, with the single axle trucks, those can only pull half of overall work orders because their weight limit is significantly lower. It's 14,000 pounds lower than a double axle truck. So the weight limit for whether it's common or epic, the weight limit is going to be the same if it's a double axle. And then for single axle, whether it's common or epic, it's going to be the same. So the big difference is speed and miles per gallon, and then the axles. So right here we have a single axle, and it's 20,000 pounds, right? And then this one's a double axle, and this one's 34,000.
The pretty rig and the beat down rig. Look at that bad boy.
That was all Blopsy's idea too. He said, "What if we make them
like an old rusty beat down?"
Better. Yeah.
I like the idea. That should be the common one, and then when people upgrade rarities, they want it to be prettier and better looking too, not just the utility. So there you go. It's like you got a new truck.
And the rarities also follow the time of day. So if you can figure out where the sun's at, this is sunrise. And then the uncommon is like noon.
Oh, okay.
And then the rares are going to be sunset. And then the epics.
Oh, that's why that one's at night. Hey, that's neat too. A little distinguisher. So you only drive the epics at night.
Yeah, you don't have to, but
night owl truck drivers. All right, let's go ahead and take the break now. So just keep that spot.
Cool.
We got 49 people in this Grubfish. So if you haven't joined in the past 2 minutes, go ahead and do it right now. Right now. And what do we have for you guys? What do we have? Let's see. Some long haulers. You guys like the musics? I know Sid's not hearing my background, but it's the same music from the puzzle game. I use Epidemic Sound, which is kind of funny after I use a bunch of songs, because now I'll watch YouTubers and I'll hear the same songs in YouTube, like pro YouTube videos. I'm like, that's from the puzzles. We use the same thing, but I just searched trucker, and it gave me a bunch of 1970s rock and roll, baby. So that's cool. Let's see. First place will get a truck. 5th, 10th, and 20th get a driver. Let's see what the rarities I got here. So we got this. Where's the rarity on that? I'm missing it. Or you could tell by the looks of them. So this is what is this one? That's an uncommon. And then that one's the common.
Yeah, so like I said, the uncommons look like
it's down here. Yeah, that's the rusty thing. And so this one is the uncommon. Let's just do that one for first place. We have one of those. So that's look at that. Yeah, it's like it's on the way to getting too rusty. But you've been driving it for a little bit. All right. So let's do an uncommon truck is for first. Oops. And then the drivers we have. Oh, that's an epic. We can give all these away. So let's do. There's rare. Uncommon. So
they're also color coordinated too. So everything that's white is a common.
Okay, that helps when you know those things. All right. So let's do 5th place gets the epic one. 10th place gets the rare one. And 20th place gets the uncommon one. And we got a couple comments for the puzzles. Yeah. So let's do that. All right. 1st, 5th, 10th, and 20th. Are we ready to rumble? Not really rumble. Are we ready to royale?
Grab it up.
Let's just, right after the grubfish, I'll pull up the bounty block. All right. LFG Grub, please do this for me. I'm debating on getting an epic or the large crate. All right, let's see who gets it. You guys are stoked about it. Thanks to Sid here for providing prizes, of course. Both the puzzle and these grubs. We couldn't do it without these collabs. Without them providing them. Not me buying them all for you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Sid. Puzzle prizes are a full set if you want to check that out later. Alright, we're going to go do her. We're going to go do her. That's it. You're out of time. Here we go.
I like when they have the trails.
Alright. Yeah, so you can't hear when I like play some sounds during these, but I got a couple truck ones too. You actually have the button though, where you hold on to it?
I have it like that. No, I don't.
Oh no. Oh.
No, that would be fun though.
You just have like different. Oh, it's on the stream yesterday. It sounded you had different lengths of the horn, so I thought you were using it like an actual horn. But,
I probably just push it a few times.
Oh, I see. Cool, cool. Yeah, get that air horn.
I would like to build a little set that looks like the cab of the truck on the inside.
Nice.
And then stream from that. That would be fun.
Yeah, nice. If I had more time, I mean, I hadn't had much time, but I was gonna like do an overlay that puts you in a truck. I think I saw NFT Gamer do that for you, which is funny.
Yeah, he gave me those overlays to use, but I just don't go on camera when I stream.
Yeah, it's all good. Somebody's mentioning like future trucks. If you were to do collab trucks, I think it's really cool because they're like trailers at least, because you can put like things on the side of the trailers. And he was like, "You need a big green trailer for ConsumerBreak, for trucking all the NFTs to people." I thought that was funny, Coach Dubs.
Yeah, I've actually I've discussed with other people about possibilities of collabs, but the trailers would honestly be the hardest for me to implement because the work orders rely on the trailer template ID.
Gotcha.
So if I were to create,
you'd have to have new ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to. But trucks would be easy because everything related to a truck is,
Oh, okay.
Just on the truck itself. So if anybody's in my Discord server and goes into the company promos, if they scroll up real far, they'll see that Blopsy from Waxiest Races, since he's our artist, he actually created a truck with his logo, and so it's like Waxiest Races Trucking Company, and that's slapped on the side of the truck. So
yeah, something like that would be
totally love to do.
Neat for collabs. You'd have to have the extra NFTs or the templates or whatever it takes to have it or whatever you wanted. But anyway, congratulations to Muddy Flap. You got the truck. Congratulations on the truck. And then Funkin' Crypto, you got an epic driver. Lara Dude, you got a rare driver. And Kalamanji, you got an uncommon driver. Congratulations, you guys. Now let's actually open this thing up and keep it there. So you can go ahead and join. I'm going to throw us back on here. Pop. You go ahead and join. Awesome. You only had one common driver. Well, now you got some more, eh? Yeah, and I was kind of wondering how you can use, if you have multiples, I guess you're able to. We'll get into that. So what do you, well, we'll get into it. I was going to ask, like, what do you actually need to start? You would need the set, right? But then if you create more sets, you can just you can create more orders. Is that right?
Yeah, right now everyone is limited to being able to run 5 work orders at a time.
Okay.
And in order to run one work order, you need a trailer, driver, and a truck. So at bare minimum, you need 3 NFTs to play the game.
Okay, that's what I thought. But then if you have like, if you get another set, then now you can do another, just a simultaneous work order, but you can only do 5 at a time, right?
For now,
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
But in 2 weeks, that's going to increase.
Oh, 2 weeks, eh? All right.
Yeah, we have company staking, and as a way for companies to draw other players to use them, they'll be able to stake their EFS tokens to the company. And based on what staking level you're at, the players for you or for your company will be able to have up to 10 active work orders at a time instead of just 5.
Okay, cool. A little group action going on. All right, so carry on with the white paper, and beyond that, we'll go into the game a little more. If you have questions, throw them in the chat or into our forum. If you can get them into the forum, that gets it there easier for me anyway. Yeah, carry on.
All right, so the trailers, they have 2 attributes: the driver requirement. So this is going to say either hazmat combo, double reefer, or not reefer, special, right? So that's what relates to the driver. So your driver has to have this requirement in order to pull that trailer. So if you have a milk tanker, that driver requirement is going to say tanker. So you need a driver that also has that tanker endorsement to be able to do that load. And then the weight limit, that's what you also combine with the truck's weight limit to determine how heavy of a load you can carry. And half of the work orders are going to be light and half of them are going to be heavy. So this, like I said, the single axles can only do half the orders. So there's information on driver requirement. If trailer requires a driver hazmat endorsement, then a driver must have hazmat endorsement to pull the trailer. And then the towing capacity. This requirement's none, so anybody can drive that, pull this trailer. This one requires a combo, so your driver has to have the combo endorsement. And that's fuel tanker. It's a combination of tanker and hazmat. And then for some reason, you also have to take a third class in real life to be able to drive both at the same time. Oh. So you'd have to get the hazmat first, and then the tanker, and then the combination of the two. But that's just another constraint of the game, right? So the work orders themselves, they're going to have distance, the load weight, the trailer type, and the payout. So in order to start a work order, you're going to come to the dashboard, and then you'll check the list of available orders, and you'll be able to select which trailer it is, and only the trailers that can actually do this load will populate. So if you don't have a trailer, it won't show up, and it will tell you you're missing this trailer, and it will give you a link to go buy it.
Cool.
And then it has the estimated payout, estimated fuel consumption, and then, like I said, the load weight, the total distance, and destination and starting location. So once you send that work order, it will take this long to complete. So whatever it says under estimated hours to complete, that's how long it will take. So if it hits 11 hours or more, it's going to add another 10. So if it's 12 hours driving time, then it's a total of 22 hours to complete, because you can only drive for 11 hours straight without taking a break.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the work order is complete and ready to go, you'll see the completion date and time, and then it will tell you your estimated payout, and your driver pay per mile is deducted. So this will be accurate, or it should be accurate, as long as there's no expenses added to your trip. Okay. And when you complete it, it will give a confirmation, show how much the company received as the commission. And so like this one is Big Diesel, and they got 95.46 EFS, while the player received 3,086 EFS.
Nice. So you're earning the tokens. That's what you're earning.
Yes.
Now, if you drove your truck to another city, are you able to just, when you pick up work orders, just pick them and you start going, or do you have to get your truck into the city that it's starting from? You know what I mean?
No, not now.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to think even more realistically. Like, if I just drove to Texas, now my truck's in Texas, so can I only leave from there now? But all right.
Yeah, I feel like that's a version 2. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna add some difficulty. So get some people in it. So yeah, so once your order is complete, it's just you can go right to another order. It doesn't matter where it is, but you're still choosing what orders they are, and it depends on what you have, like he just said. So the tanker is it's hauling oil, and the driver has to have endorsements to carry that and that kind of stuff. So you can't take all the orders, but depending on what you have. If you have all the good stuff, then you can take all the orders, depending on what you have, right?
Right.
All right. Cool.
So like this is how you calculate the time to complete, right? So every work order takes X amount of hours, and that's based on how long it would actually take a truck at that average speed to complete the work order. So if the work order is 30 hours, that's how long you have to wait in real life to complete that work order. So the drive time is calculated by the trip distance and the average speed of the truck. And a driver may only drive for 11 consecutive hours before taking a break. A driver must take 10 consecutive hour break after 11 hours of drive time. And you could actually, depending on how long the trip is, you could end up getting 2 10-hour breaks in that trip. So that will really reduce your EFS per hour. So sometimes the longer orders may actually give you less than the short orders, right? Even though the payout's less, because if you think about it, it's EFS per minute or per hour.
Yeah.
So
plan around that rule there. The 11 hours of driving get you a 10-hour break. Count around that rule. Plan around it if you're trying to not waste those 10 hours, basically.
And there's a guy in the Discord server that told me yesterday that he only goes for work orders that pay 100 times the hours. So if it's 26 hours, he'll only take it if it's 2,600 EFS payout. So if it's 10 hours, he'll take 10,000 or 1,000. I don't remember exactly what the calculation was, but it's like 100 times the hours to complete is what he does, which cool. Is pretty smart, because that's what he figured out was best for him. So, for example, if a work order has a drive distance of 1,000 miles and the selected truck has an average operating speed of 55 miles per hour, then the drive time is about 18.2 hours. Since the driver may only drive for 11 consecutive hours, the first 11 hours of the trip must be followed by a 10-hour break, and the remaining 7.2 hours can be completed after the 10-hour break, bringing the total drive time to 28.2 hours.
And it would it's going to tell you this when you go to pick your order, right?
Yeah, the website will calculate
cool. You don't have to actually figure that out. But that's cool. That's that's part of the strategy. Figure out what you want to do.
Yep. And then stuff happens.
Stuff happens. Yeah.
10% of all work orders will have some sort of deduction. Whether it's a flat tire, your truck needed to get washed, you have a blowout, your transmission blew up, whatever. And those, right now, the highest, most expensive one is 800 EFS, so that's deducted from your overall payout, which means that your cost for the driver and your cost for the fuel could put you at a negative, depending on the distance of the order. That's why I only run the long distance ones, because the payout is going to profit me no matter what. Even if I hit that 800 EFS expense. Mm-hmm. But if I'm running an order that's only 1,200 EFS, then I only get 400 EFS after the expense deduction. Mm-hmm. And then you also got to figure in the commission and the fuel cost, driver cost. So you could lose money on some work orders, depending on expense. And
you might get more of those expenses if the trip is longer. Is that right? Or no? Is it random, or how does it work?
It's 10% of all work orders. So you just look at it like you should for every 100 orders you do, you'll probably get 10 expenses.
Okay, cool. So it's a percent. All right. I'm over here trying to compare it to real life. So if you're gonna drive a ton more miles, you're more likely to have a blowout.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, carry on. Cool.
But the expense costs vary, right? So some of them are like you lost a gas cap, and the gas cap's $30, right? So some of them are cheap. Some of them will ding you really hard. And like this one right here, blowout, that's pretty decent. It's about middle of the road, and these are cheap. This one's pretty cheap. I think anything under 100 EFS is pretty cheap.
Awesome.
But the company ownership, this actually started out purely as profit sharing. So in our first iteration of the game, it was known as the Project Investor NFTs. And what that did is for everyone that you hold, you're entitled to 0.02% of collection profits. So we set aside 20% of quarterly profits to these company owners now. So that's split between them. There's 1,000 of those. So if we have 2,000, if we have 10,000 profit in a quarter, then 2,000 of that goes to the company owners. Split between 1,000, that's 2 wax each.
No. So that's actual wax profit share to the company owners.
Yes.
Similar to what we do with our collection. That's like our utility for our collection. But now you also have the token. So did you add the token after? Are you still doing this percent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we gave 11.5 last quarter for each holder or for each NFT.
How many are out there? All 1,000 are already done, or how many?
Yeah, all 1,000 are gone.
Oh, okay.
You can get them on secondary for I think about 80 to 100 wax, probably somewhere in there.
Okay, so if you wanted to be a company owner, you can get it from the market. You should need one of those company owner NFTs, and then you can have people work under you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then as like an added bonus, which we started developing like 2 weeks before the game launched, I wanted those to have an in-game utility, so that's why we came up with company ownership instead of just project investors. So the company owners will now also get passive EFS earnings if they can attract other players to use their company, and then they'll get commission that way.
Oh, so that's nice. So they get more token commission based on how many are working for them. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And that's part of the company staking that's coming.
Well, yeah, which makes sense. Obviously, all those people doing the orders, you're getting a commission out of their orders, right?
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Yep, but that's pretty much it for the white paper. Took a little longer.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, we have a few minutes for the next Grubfish, which afterward you can still go and look at the actual game part. But I do have a little list of questions, so I'll also hit them after. But maybe just look into your website a little bit here in the next couple minutes. So you would basically go to longhaulers.io. You can sign in. Where would you click? You'd sign in with WAX.
Your login button would be right here. I can log out and show you. So you'll hit login, and you'll pick which wallet you have, whether it's Anchor or WAX. I just use WAX, which is the WAX Cloud wallet. And then from there, if you want to view your inventory, just to see what assets you have, you can go to the fleet. That's your fleet. That's
okay. That's like your inventory fleet.
Exactly. And if it's in use, if it's currently being used in a work order, it will let you know right here. If it's available, it will let you know as well.
Nice.
So all of these are in use. These are available, in use.
So those are all actively driving. And then I guess you can see your work orders, I'm sure. That's in dashboard.
Yeah, if you go to the dashboard, you'll be able to see your work,
like the active ones, how long they got left, where they're at.
Yes. So mine currently are not showing anything because I have all of my work orders active, so you can have up to 5. If you have 5 running, it won't show anything for you.
Oh.
You are allowed to have 5 work orders open at one time. You may be full, right?
Okay.
But if I go to my active orders tab, I'll see that I have these work orders, and all of them can be complete except this one. So we can complete one, and I'll show you what that looks like. We'll sign that transaction. And so this work order was called Coffee Beans, and the company I'm working for is LexCorp, which is Lex Luthor in the chat if anybody sees him.
Yeah.
There's Wax Wallet, and then he gets 54.29% or 54.29 EFS for me completing that work order.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get 5,300.
So are you driving and then also you're an owner, or I'm sure other people do that too, right? Do they, or I guess you can work for yourself though. That's what you said.
Yeah, you can.
Do other owners usually? I guess maybe you might not, but do other owners usually drive for themselves, or they might drive for other people? I guess
some owners do drive for other people, but they don't have to. They can drive for themselves. Okay. But there was a guy named Zoki in her Discord server who was hosting an event, and pretty much everybody, even if they owned a company, did at least 1 or 2 work orders for him. Okay. But it depends. If you own one of the NFTs, you're probably just going to want to work for yourself.
Yeah. It makes more sense. Yeah. All right. Let's.
So
what were you going to do?
Go ahead. I was just going to show what it would look like if I were to start a work order. Right. So if you look here, there's nothing to see because I don't have a fuel tanker. I don't have an available milk tanker. This is a heavy load, so it says I don't have a truck capable of fulfilling that order because all my double axles are in use. This one's the same. But if I keep scrolling, I see down here that I have drop downs, so I can pick these.
Oh, there you go. If you have them in your fleet.
Yeah, if you see all 3 drop downs, then that means you're good to go and you can start one of these orders. So I have options here. So I could either do a 500-mile, 9-hour trip, or a 47-hour, 1,400-mile trip. So I'll probably get more EFS per hour if I do this 9-hour short run. And plus I've got the red, so that's good gas mileage. It's a good speed, so it'll get me there quick, and I can start it just like that.
Boom.
And then I'll sign that transaction, and it will disappear.
And then, it'll show you the status of it.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Now, here it is right here. It will be available at 3 a.m. tomorrow.
There you go. That's all there is to it. I mean, that's the gist of it. We'll answer questions if you got questions, but that's a nice overview. And just me seeing it in action helped too. So you just gotta have the NFTs. You log into this dashboard, and then you can see them there, and then you can see the work orders, and then if you have what you need, you can do the work orders and kind of strategize based on that. All right. Let's take a grubfish break. We'll come back after with questions and any more deep dive detailing. So we'll have a little more time after that. Go ahead and join the grub if you haven't already. !Break and your wallet, please. The prizes will be similar to the last one.
Take a drink.
First place gets a truck, which the rarities might change. It depends. Depends what I got here.
I could send more if you need more.
Oh, no. I think you sent plenty. I think you did just fine. Appreciate. So we have 3 comments. So you're going to get first place gets a common truck. Since we got more drivers than trucks. And then 5th and 10th. So that was already given away. Uncommon. Oh, we actually have 3 drivers. Alright. So same as last time, but the rarities change a little. So first place gets a common truck. 5th place gets a an uncommon driver. 10th place gets an uncommon driver. 20th place gets a common driver. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. 1st, 5th, 10th, and 20th. Truck, and then drivers down the road, which I'll say again when we do it. All right? All right, guys. Go ahead and join the grub. Last call. Last call. You want 1st, 5th, 10th, or 20th? Here we go. Honk, honk. Now I'm gonna take me a quick bathroom break. I got to go, y'all. But you guys can grub. And Sid, you can take a break if you want, or you can commentate, whatever. All right. So good luck. Good luck. Here we go.
Run it. And we're off. Who's gonna be the first to die? Oh my God, so many. Danusha, Weezer, you're dead. Greek, you're dead. Regin, you're dead. Oh, the online in, you're dead. Oliver, you're dead. Funk and Crypto, you're dead. So sorry. So sorry. Fat Boy, you're dead. Nasty, you're dead. Disco, dead. Oh, Silent One, you're dead. AK Gamer, you're dead. Oga, you're dead. You're all dead. Barrow Hill, you're dead. Reggie B, you're dead. Ooh. Fifi, you're dead. Mike, you're dead. Issues, you're dead. Wax Boy, you're dead. Eddie Shouts, you're dead. Muddy Flat, which is a great name. You're dead. NFT Lover, clearly a lover, not a fighter, because you're dead. Who's it gonna be? Oh! John Weed, you're dead. Nick Tronic, you're dead. Everyone's dead but you, damn. Damn savage. You damn savage. You did it. You're the best. You're the best grub of all time. Thank you. GG's. You're dead. Sorry. I hate to say it, but you died.
All right.
So, I don't remember the prizes. I don't remember.
I got you. I got you, fam. Oh, I kept my music on too. Whoops. All right. All right. Congratulations. Udom 2002. You got a common truck. 420 John Weed. You got an uncommon driver. Kuma Sisson. You got an uncommon driver. And Tissues, you got a common driver. All right. Congratulations. GG's. Yeah, Tissues, you got yourself a prize. Awesome sauce. Let's bring us back. Awesome sauce. Now I want to highlight real quick. We got ourselves a bounty block contest, which is like a Give Lab. I'm going to put the link right here in the chat.
Better than a Give Lab. Because we don't have to pay to use it.
Oh, Give Lab you have to pay? I've never ran one.
I was going to, but when I found out you have to pay to use it, I thought better of it.
Oh, so we already have a thing. There you go. So if you want to hit that, what we got here, why is it so little? Why so little?
That's what she said.
Right? So basically this is a giveaway website. You connect just like his website, you just connect with Wax right there, all right? and that's going to be able to track everything. And then you can enter giveaways doing all these different things. So if you already do them, all you got to do is hit that button, and you'll get an entry. And if you don't already follow or whatever these things are, you can do them, and then it'll give you the entry. So we have here, you know, download the app, follow us on the Twitters, the Twitches, Discords, and then you can also hold some NFTs, and that also gets you entries. So here, if you have a break pass, if you have any of the base cards, including the one on Sunday, because this bounty blocks ends on next week. They're a scam. Why you say that?
Because he never wins.
Oh, that RNG doesn't help you, huh? It's unfavorable towards you. And then you can even tweet. So all these entries, shouts to these top people. They got some of the most. Here, this is Nika. So, what's up? Thank you guys for doing that. The ones that did and entered and did all this. Especially anybody new that like followed because of this or joined our Discord. Thank you. That's awesome. And the prizes we have, and bounty blocks will tell us who first, second, and third is. But basically, first we'll get a full rare set, a rare truck trailer and driver, and also a free Rabbit base card. So that's like super prize. A base card. That means it skips all the blending in our collection. You just have your base card to get that hybrid. Next runner up, the second place, will get a full uncommon set. So that's the uncommon truck trailer driver. And you'll get a pack of 5 sketch cards, which is also not bad for us. And then third place, we'll get a full common set of the truck driver and trailer, and a pack of 12 broken cards. All right, so there's some cool stuff there. And if you want to get as many entries as you can, that'll give you the best chance. And we still have 7 days. All right, so there's your link to the giveaway. Hit that into another window. You can go ahead and start already entering if you want, but you have all week, and we have these links in our Discords. All right, and that's how you would get into those. Now, don't forget about our other stuff. Our puzzle game, and also the password puzzle game, which is truck. All right. And now we're going to take another 15, or really just open, because after we're done with this section, we'll sign Sid off, and then we will continue Grubfish, 3 more Grubfish after this section, and then we'll raid out of here. Did you have more to show us on the website? I know you just grazed through the work order part.
I could show a few things.
Yeah, go ahead. What else we got on the website? So you got your fleet to show your inventory. You got the company, or active orders rather, I guess, to see the orders, and you can choose what you want. And then I guess you're choosing a company up front. That's what you said, right? So you would go to company and choose that before doing any orders. So that's a requirement. Yep. Okay.
Yes. So you could do that. Everything game-wise is going to be done under this dashboard tab. So you'll see the available orders on this tab, the active orders here. You can buy resources here. And when it comes time to selecting the company that you want to work for, you'll come here. You can search either by company name, like we have Diesel Degens. I can't spell. Oh,
that'd be NFT Andy's crew, right?
Yeah, we've got Diesel Degens, 4% commission.
That's a good one to drive for.
You could also sort by the commission being lowest. So you got Big Rig Wreckers right here, Honk Honker Day, Cisco.
It's saying
Candyman.
Oh, that's cool. Chats are saying that the bounty blocks isn't recognized when you follow only this Twitch. Any of the other entries giving problems? That's odd. You should be able to just click it, and then it'll be like it'll do the whole allow, and then you would allow your Twitch, and then it'll tell you. But not long haulers either. Yeah. So I guess the Twitch entries aren't working. Oh well.
Try again tomorrow.
Yeah, try again tomorrow. Who knows? That's not on us. All right.
You gotta authorize.
All right. So how many? So you have 1,000. So they're all 1,000 owners. They're all in here, huh? And you just kind of search for the one you want.
Yeah, you could do that. Definitely
Or sort.
If you see, yeah, sort, search, whatever.
Okay.
If you see default name, don't use those. That's just my personal opinion. I would like the companies that are actively involved to get the commissions. So like, don't truck yourself. They're in the game. They're playing it. They're trying to get people enticed to join their company.
Mm-hmm.
If you own a company, you can request a name change. So everybody's name is going to be default name to begin with. So if you want one of these names, like Doge's Candy Van, you'll have to, if you own a company owner NFT, you'll have to come to this owner tab, and then you can request a name change, and then that will send an action to the smart contract, and then I have to go in and approve it. So if you can't just change your name to whatever you want. It has to be approved, nothing trademarked.
Okay, makes sense.
If you try doing another collection's name, I'm going to make sure that you're the owner of that collection. So like the Online Inn has their own company, the Long Haul Inn.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's good to hear that you're doing that, because it's not like something that I would think of right off the bat. Like, somebody faking their name to somebody else, and then you got people joining the wrong company. So that's cool. So you're approving that, and they're all legit companies to work for.
Yep. And then you can, if you own the company, you can change your commissions here. Just hit the modify button. And it also gives you a breakdown of the recent commissions that have come to you. So I've only had one person do any work under my company, and I told him to jump off when I noticed it, because I'd rather that love be spread to the players, because I don't even use my own company, even though I own two.
You can own multiple companies. That's right. So, is there no limit on that? So if I wanted to, I can grab multiple from the market?
Yeah, if you bought all 1,000 of them, you could own all 1,000.
You could own the whole...
Yeah, but it depends on if everybody's willing to sell them.
Sure, yeah, they gotta be there. Yeah, whatever's on the market I can get, and then I can hold multiple companies if I want. I still gotta get the drivers, though, so that's a good point. Like, I'm just 1 out of 1,000. Why would anybody pick me unless I told them to, hey, go and follow me, work for me? Is there any, if I'm a company owner, is there benefits that I can offer to them other than, like, my name? Why do some have higher commissions than others?
You could change your commission. It could be a whole number between 1 and 5. So some people target with the low commission rates. And companies will be able to entice players a little better once the company staking comes out, because they'll be able to stake their own EFS token to the company and get them at a higher staking level, and that will give the players that are working for you discounted resources, discounts on the driver pay per mile, discounts on tire tread, and also increase the amount of work orders that you can run at once.
Okay.
So if you have 10 full sets, right now you're limited to 5, but in 2 weeks when we open up company staking, if somebody's already maxed out, you could go work for them, and now you can run 10.
Wow, okay.
So you'll be able to earn a little better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the passive companies, the people that are just holding them just to hold them, they're not going to be putting in that staking. So they won't be able to attract as many people as you who's actively playing.
Cool. Hey, real quick, Bleezer Vision, if you sign in with your wallet, click on that entry for Twitch, and then it should pop up a thing that asks you to log in with Twitch then. Mm-hmm. So then that's how it knows. That's how it knows.
Yeah, you have to authorize.
You have to click the entry for the Twitch follow, and then authorize Twitch whenever you're logged into Wax. That's how it should work. We'll try it out later. Yeah, we'll try that out. Like, we still got a whole week, so if there's issues with that, we'll figure out what's going on. All right, cool. I got some questions.
Cool.
But is there any other parts going on there? I see stats and resources.
Yeah, I mean Stats page probably. Also, if you're a company owner, you've got a leaderboard here based off of the recent shares. So the last 250. If you want to run events, you'll be able to see your top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever it is, however many people are working for you. You'll be able to see that here. So a lot of people want to incentivize by giving away some of their commissions as well. So they do that by checking this leaderboard.
And you can, if I wanted to be or an owner and I wanted to reward my drivers in any way I want, I got them all right. I can see all their wallets right there.
Yeah, that would be the last 250 work orders.
Oh, last 250 work orders.
Yeah, because we can't query that many.
Yeah.
The history APIs will.
You don't have a list of your workers though, like who's working for you.
No, right now there's no list of of which all users are working for which companies.
Okay, no problem.
That would, I mean, if we end up hitting like a ton of users, that's gonna kill the RAM.
Yeah.
Contract, and it would also kill the API requests. We don't want to request too much.
Yeah, I gotta think about all that. Okay.
But the stats page, that just shows stats about you. So it's got your EFS balance, your wax balance, also how many gallons of fuel you have available, estimated gallons of fuel that you've used since you started playing, and that's just an estimate based off of the current price and the current price of fuel and the total miles that you've driven.
Online in with the cheer. Thank you, man.
So I've gone 109,000 miles in game. I have 35,000 miles of tread. I've gone around the world 4.4 times.
Wow. How much driving time is that? Does it tell you that?
No.
109,000 miles. That's a lot of driving time.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's going to hit a million miles soon. Once we do that, I've got an NFT for those people. A million mile club.
Oh, Million Mile Club. You know, I need to get in. I need to find me at least the common set and start driving a little bit. See what it's like.
Yeah,
see what all the hype's about. Yeah. It's cool.
It also gives you prices. So currently, fuel is going to cost 5.41 EFS per gallon, and tread is 0.36 EFS per mile. And then the total number of work orders completed since the game launched is nearly at 10,000. So
awesome.
I think in a month and a half, 2 months, something like that, we've had nearly 10,000 work orders complete.
So you only launched the game 2 months ago?
Yeah, I think we launched it just under 2 months ago.
Wow, that's
like
been
maybe a month and a half.
Crazy 2 months for you then, huh?
Oh yeah.
What were you doing before that? But you were into wax, but you didn't have any collection or nothing, no projects going on before this?
Well, I mean, I started this collection back in December.
Oh, okay.
I started working on the white paper in December. I started coding it, and I actually had the game ready to launch back in April. But this was at the time when Unity really started cracking down on people using Unity assets for NFTs, which was within the terms of service at the time that I downloaded them. But on March 15th, Unity changed their terms of service to where they won't allow their assets and NFT use, which I planned on making a 3D game anyway, so that's why I was using them. And that's when I got hooked up with Blopsy to do the new artwork.
Okay.
And that's when we switched over to the new collection.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool to hear. Like that it grew that much in 2 months. Like people are really vibing with it, and you're into it. I like that creators are being personal too. I mean, the fact that you're coming on here to do an AMA or the other streams, it really shows a lot for the users. That we're in this to make it the best possible experience, and we're being transparent, and we're here to answer anything. So that's really, really awesome.
Yep, I mean that's why I'm here, right? It's all about the community.
Yeah,
so,
community makes it work. All right, so let's. If you have questions, throw them into that form if you can, or into the chat. What's up, Sensei? We got some fadeds to give out. We're still gonna give out a mythic faded here in just a bit. On a grubfish. I guess we can leave the screen up if you need to use it. How often does the profit share for company holders go out in wax? You said that was quarterly?
Quarterly. Yes.
Okay.
So we had, the last one was on June 1st. We took the snapshot, I think it was June. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, so July 1st, I guess it was, that we took the last snapshot. And then within 5 days, distributed it to everybody. And the last time they got 11.5, I think it was, wax per NFT. So even if you held more than one, you'd get the rewards for every one you held.
Awesome.
And we had a guy that ended up with like 954 wax sent to him because he held so many.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Olga says, circle back expense. The description was, your driver drove 80 miles before realizing they never attached the trailer. Expense cost 100 EFS. What was that driver on, huh? 80 miles. But, so, okay, that's the expense. So, and you gotta account for that. Also, the gas, you have to, is that in resources where you would buy, like, the gas and what you need? Yeah,
you have to buy fuel for your reserves. Like right now, it shows I have 6,895 gallons of fuel, 35,000 miles of tread. So anytime you complete a work order, it just pulls from your reserves.
Gotcha. So you got to go back to those resources if you might need them, and the only way to buy them is using that token, which you earn the token by doing the work orders. Or you can, is there other places to get the token? I guess you can buy them from market, right?
Yeah, it's the token's listed on Alcor. You can use the fancy tools that they've got.
So you can buy token that way, or you can earn it via your work orders. But you will and you start with your 500 gallons of gas. You start with everything, so I can just hit the road and start trying to earn, and then use that earnings to buy. Or do you think you also might need to buy token 2 to do what you want? Or can you do everything just from like your earnings?
I think right now you could start with a common set and just continue to build without having to buy any.
Okay, cool. That's really neat.
But pretty soon we're going to have more uses for the token as the game progresses. So you may want to buy more.
Nice. Eknolob, you asked, I would very much like to be able to enter truck drivers. I work in a company that develops software for the transport sector. 25 years in transport. I'm not completely sure what you're asking there. Enter truck drivers? You're not sure what that means either, Sid?
No, I think that was more of a statement.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we already said everything's out. So all your unless in the future you come out with a new season or collab pieces, which I kind of like that idea. I mean, you do what you think is best, but just the fact that you might have collab trailers or trucks, whatever, either one, even like before a new season of a whole bunch of different things, that'd be a neat thing, because we're. Well, I guess me especially, I'm all about collabs because we have a collab app, but Wax creators in general like to do what they can to collab, and that's just a neat one anyway, to have like a truck that's got the project on there.
I'll have to show you the document that I've been working on, because I've been working on a document that outlines the way I would want to collab with somebody. So
awesome. Yeah,
maybe I'll send that to you.
Yeah, you're definitely working hard. That's what we want from a creator. Somebody that thinks about all this stuff and also thinks about what would happen if you do roll things out. It's something I'm still kind of learning, really, is we don't want to like roll out something that seemed like a good idea at first, but then if you didn't, in hindsight, it might not have been the best. We don't want that kind of stuff. So you're really thinking about it, and that's great. What are the requirements to be a company owner? You just got to have that NFT, right?
That's all you need, and then you can you can request a name change through this owner tab here.
Okay.
So if you want to, like right now, my name is No Breaks Trucking. If I wanted to change that, I just hit the change button, fill out the form, hit submit, and that'll send the request to the blockchain, and then me as the owner of the game can view that and approve.
So you have to. Okay, so you have to do those things. You have to get the NFT first, and then go in here and change your name and create a name, right?
Yeah. Well, you can still be usable as a company, but it will just say default name.
Okay, but so people can still already work for you, already then, but you would
probably you own one.
Yeah, if you own one. But as far as getting those workers, you probably want a custom name. That way you can like push it out and be like, go search for me, work for me. So there's that. What does a detour on Route 66 do?
It's Route 69.
Or 69? Yeah, that was the
starts in Houston too. That route.
Oh yeah.
All that does, that's got no in-game utility. That's the one NFT that we have.
Okay.
And that does give you a role in our Discord. Feeling fine on 69. And anytime we do giveaways, that role usually gets a bonus entry. So.
Yeah.
If you want one, they're cheap.
Kenyo said hazardous and non-hazardous materials on the work orders make a difference. What driver can be used? Yeah, we kind of covered that. The driver needs to have whatever endorsements are required for the work order. Fleet repair discounts for companies.
Right now there's no repairs. There's no repairs right now. But when the company staking happens, you will get discounts on the resources.
Okay. So that's coming soon. Company staking with benefits like discounts. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the big whales will be able to stake a ton to the companies that they're working for.
Right. Hey, that's how it works sometimes. The whales get the bigger perks because they're buying them.
We've got a lot of early adopters that I wouldn't really consider whales too. So,
right.
Since they bought in so early, even before we launched the new collection,
that's one way to become a whale without spending all the whale money is to get in super early while it's very cheap, and then keep holding. That goes for any project.
Yep.
Brakeman Trucking coming soon. We'll see. We'll see. I know how it works now, so maybe I'll get a company owner NFT and we'll get us a brake company. We'll see.
Yeah, I have two. I don't advertise them.
No.
But I don't want anybody to use my company. If you're gonna use somebody's company,
use somebody else's. That's good. That's nice. That is a nice thing to think about, and just because you want to help your holders, even though you're the creator.
Yep. Yeah, all the EFS I earn, like right now I've got 63,000. I use that to buy resources, and then I send it to the giveaway wallet to give away during streams. I'm playing for everyone else.
Nasty, I'll buy one and we split the income, free for me. Well, thanks for that offer, but we'll see. I might just want to get one. You trying to get that break money, huh? Olga says, gonna be complicated when we can run more trucks at a time to have the right gear to run all the jobs available.
Yeah, especially if you have single axle trucks.
Yeah, so these are that's part of the logistics of figuring that kind of stuff out, yeah.
And if you time it right, you could even have depending on the way the random work orders show up, you could even have all 10 of those be rare or epics based on the way the randomness happens.
Nice. Online in, you've been opening up brake packs for like 10 minutes. Well, how many did you get, bud? That's cool, though. You should be giving them away. Is that per day essentially why some are 72 hours? I think we covered that too, because it depends on the distance and the hours. So if you did over 11 hours, you got to take that 10-hour break. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah, a lot of people really like the milk runs and the fuel tanker runs because since those are limited to 500 miles, because in real life, a milk tanker is going to stay local. A fuel tanker is going to stay local. So those are all limited to 500 miles.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that back to the real world. Yeah, it's like I wouldn't consider that, but yeah, a milk truck would stay local, and some of these other ones would cross the country. It all depends on what they're hauling. Is it a long haul or is it a short haul?
Yeah, the milk tanks and the fuel tanks I think are the best in the game.
Awesome.
Because all of the work orders except for maybe one each can be done in under 10 hours within each truck.
Awesome.
So in my opinion, those are the ones that you want to have.
Great. Online in trying to get the base cards for the bounty entries. Hey, if the bounty entries is what's causing you to get the base cards, then by all means, maybe you'll get your hybrid here in a month as well. All right, cool. Kushdub says, which are the rare trucks? Well, I think that's what's right here on the screen, right?
No, that's uncommon.
That's uncommon.
The red.
Oh, the red. We didn't see that. Okay, so the rare truck is the red one in the evening. The uncommon is that one that's during the day that's got a little rust on it. The common is the fully rusted out one, and then the epic is that midnight brand new looking one.
Yeah.
And that's your 4 trucks, right?
Exactly.
Awesome.
If you look real close right here on this light, it actually says long haulers.
That's what's up. It's a nice styling going on. Awesome. A little sneaker peeker.
Yeah, you got to zoom in real hard to find that.
All right, cool. Funkin' Crypto asks, I only have a single axle. Should I buy the double axle instead? Well, the double will get you. How does that help you over the single axle? More weight, right?
Yeah, and out of all of the work orders, there are 113 work orders in the game currently. Half of them exclude the single axle from contention period because of the weight limits associated with it.
So a double axle will get you more weight that the single will just won't fulfill a work order where it's too heavy. But there's nothing higher than the double axle, right? You're not over here with a triple?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right.
Not yet.
Cool. What are the long hauler snapshots used for? It says Buzz King.
What do you mean? Oh, the snapshots.
Like
the LP snapshots. That was for liquidity providers. That's something that I posted about yesterday. It's liquidity providers were entered in snapshots if they had a certain amount of liquidity tokens. But that event's over.
Oh, it was an event. It was a giveaway event. Okay, makes sense. So a snapshot, basically, if you hear the term snapshot here in crypto land, it means it's a moment in time where we saw what everyone held. Because you know how you can trade NFTs, right? At any given moment. So a snapshot just means, hey, this is when we're looking to see what you're holding. And I guess that event was over.
And we take snapshots at the end of the quarter also.
Okay.
For the company owner NFTs.
Oh, the owner NFTs. That's right. Yeah. So where the owner NFTs get traded all around, it's not going to be the same users every time they go and do one. So the snapshot goes in and snaps who owns what at a specific moment in time. And then you just go by that based on what you're doing.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
How often is gas updated? Says Kush Dubs. Like how often do you run out, I guess?
Well, the gas prices change.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at resources, it's 5.41 EFS per gallon right now. When the game launched, it was 5.75 EFS per gallon. I'm actually working on updating that daily, but right now it's kind of like whenever I feel like it.
Oh no, it's all good. As a creator, I know what it's like. We get to things when we can. We got priority lists.
When I go outside and I say, wow, gas is cheap today, then I go check.
Okay. Oh, nice. So you're trying to actually follow real life gas as far as increasing, decreasing, not like a
Yes.
straight dollar value, but and then your truck uses the gas based on its miles per gallon, right? It's got the stats.
Yes.
So based on the miles per gallon of your truck and how long the work order is, how the distance, how far it is, that's going to burn your gas per that amount, right? That would make sense to me.
So the long trips use the better trucks. For the short trips, I don't know. Always use the better trucks.
Oh yeah, you can choose your truck. So yeah, that makes sense. So if you have multiples, you might not necessarily want to get your best rarity depending on the work order. So if it's something long, you might want something that has high miles per gallon. If it's a long hauler, if it's a long distance. Yeah. So there's a little bit of strategy in there. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, and I think with our game, the commons may have more use at certain times than the epics. So it may be better to be holding a common right now than it would be an epic, because if you have an epic double trailer but there's no epic double trailer work orders available, then either you're going to wait until one becomes available and lose potential earnings, or you can say, well, I've got this rare one and there's a rare job available or an uncommon that's available, and it will earn me pretty good in the meantime.
Gotcha. So that's a good reason why you might want multiples then.
Yep.
You would use your epic up here in this work order, but then this work order down here, especially if they run, well, you'd have to have multiple trucks to run multiple together, but it also depends on what work order is available, like you were just saying. So if the epic one isn't available, there's no work order, then you're just chilling, you're not doing nothing. But if you had your common set, you can go do that. But can the epic be applied anywhere down below? Or
the epic trucks can, but it's the trailers that really count.
Okay, the trailers.
Because the work order is built around the trailer. So like a milk load, you can't use a
makes sense.
trailer with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can't so that's why you have to pair. Do you have to pair the rarities to each other because of that, or is it
not
just
all the time,
okay?
no.
It just depends on what the order kind of says then. So you can still have like a common and an epic, I guess maybe a common trailer and an epic truck. Is that like something you do?
Yeah, you could do that. The only limitation for what you would want to use, the trucks, the only limitation on the truck is going to be the weight limit. Any truck can drive any trailer, any truck can handle whatever driver it is, right? The real difference maker is the driver and trailer combination, because the epic double trailer, it can only be driven by an epic driver.
Okay.
The fuel tanker, which is an epic, it can be driven by a rare driver or an epic driver.
Okay, so you got some different. That's some different combos. So it's definitely not 1-1-1. You can combine some rarities. It just depends on what they are, basically, what kind of trailer it is.
Yeah, so like this order right here that I have, this is a rare trailer.
Okay.
And uncommon for the driver and truck.
Okay. And the rarities doesn't also there could be multiple types of trailers, like the freight inside them, that are still the same rarity. So you could have multiple rare trailers, but they're hauling different things. You'll have the milk one and whatever else, right?
Yeah, for the rares, there's a Hazmat trailer, which it looks just like this dry freight, but it's got the Hazmat sticker and it's got lights on it. It's real pretty.
Cool.
And then the other rare trailer is the milk.
Awesome. Oh, that's the milk. I see. It's a cow pattern. Nice. Sally once says, I have a Hazmat trailer with no driver. Well, you're going to need a driver, won't you? It's not automated yet.
You need that rare driver for the Hazmat.
All right.
You have to have, for the Hazmat, you have to have either the rare driver or the epic driver.
Okay.
So
well, good luck. Maybe the bounty blocks will give it to you, or just keep staying tuned into other things. Of course, the puzzle game has common ones, and the next Grubfish will be some other prizes. But there's always, stay tuned to the streams, because like other people give away, long hauler stuff too. And I've seen NFT Andy do it and stuff. So you can always tune into other Wax streamers, and who knows, maybe you'll get a shot at a long hauler's NFT. At least now you know what to do with them. Or if you wanted to sell or trade them, you'd know what the other people getting them from you, what they would be using them for. So that's neat. It's a trucking simulation, operation simulation, really. So it's strategy involved with the logistics of trucking and the materials that you have. That's for the most part all the questions I had. Hey, what's up, Jam? What's up? We're just kind of finishing the AMA. We do have 3 more Grubfish to go. If anyone has more questions, we learned a bit about the project, learned a bit about trucking, which is a big part of, you know, blue collar career life. Like a lot of people don't think about it, but all you gotta do is drive out on the interstate and you see them. Like you see trucks all the time, right? And people don't. Sometimes it just escapes us in our day to day that these truckers make so much happen. They make everything happen day to day. Everything that you buy, and just not just consumer products you buy, but everything companies need. Everything. It all gets moved around across the country, across other countries, on trucks. And these truck drivers, they do drive, like you say, up to 11 hours a day. And this is their lifestyle, and I've known a couple of truckers, and they're out there on the road, baby. They're on the road making it happen. They get to see their family only like it's a small amount of time. So shouts to that. And here we see in this game, we see some logistics going on, some things that the truckers and the trucker companies are involved with day to day. That and now you get to kind of simulate that. You could get to be your own without actually getting into the truck simulator. You ever thought about something like that? Like maybe as an option, hey, instead of being passive, I'm going to be simulating this truck drive, because I know that one is really popular, right? There's Truck Simulator. People just get on there and just literally drive a truck, but it's like on a computer, and that's all it is. I mean, that's super complex. You might not want to get into that, but
well, like I said earlier, I originally intentionally use Unity assets so I could eventually make a 3D game.
So that's kind of what the 3D game would be, is you're acting out your operations, basically.
But it would probably be short orders, because I don't.
Somebody out on the road for 11 hours? Yeah. Who's going to do that?
Right now, anyway, the WAX community is a fine balance between investors and players. Mm-hmm. Because the investors are here for just money, and the players are here to help the space grow to where gaming becomes profitable. So right now is not the great time to have a fully focused game, right? Because
I think what you got is exactly where you should be. I mean, you planned it out well, and you're executing it, I think, exactly how you should be right now. Yeah, in the future you could have a 3D game, but yeah, as far as WAX goes and collecting, and it's still a semi-passive game, it still requires decisions in there. So it's not just click and that's it. Like, come back and click. No, there's actually strategy involved on what you're owning, what who you want to work for, and then the work orders. What work orders should I do? When should I do them? How often, compared to each other. I don't want a truck to be tied up in something that I might not want to be in if another work order comes up. Things like that. So it's a lot of strategy involved.
Exactly.
Somebody mentioned that Oga, that Bounty Blocks isn't giving the points for following on Twitch. We're not totally sure right now why, but we'll try to take a look at it. But basically, if you sign in with your Wax wallet and you click the follow for Twitch, it should ask you to allow the Twitch. Yeah, maybe it's just a Bounty Block glitch, maybe. But it worked for me for the other one, the one that Sensei had. Shouts to Sensei. He put all of the streamers on there again, all the Wax streamers. Shouts. Oh, it usually has to authorize, but won't open that window. That's what the problem is. You need that.
Maybe it's a pop-up blocker.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Try looking into it. You need to authorize Twitch, so maybe that window's being blocked for me, it worked fine earlier on another one. Is I just click it, window popped up, authorize Twitch, log in, and boom. So, but we have a whole week to figure that out. So, any other questions? This was a great AMA. Bounty Block is like a give lab. They're nasty. We actually have one up. So here was the link.
It's a contest.
Oh, when you're in mobile, it does it with Twitch. Okay, I didn't try. I don't do that much on mobile. We both hit it at the same time. There's your Bounty Blocks link. If you use desktop, I guess it probably ought to work fine. Maybe mobile's having some issues on that part of it, the Twitch entry part. Oh. And you use desktop? Yeah, I don't know. Appreciate you trying, though. Oh, desktop's having problems. Okay, I guess we don't know. We don't know. If it's a Bounty Blocks glitch, though, then they'll probably fix it before a week's up. So.
Yeah, they'll probably fix it soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see on that one. But appreciate you guys trying to enter. Aside from that, did you have more you want to cover there on the website or anything like that? It ends in a week. You have a whole week to go. So next week.
No, I think I've covered just about everything.
Yeah, that was a great deep dive. Appreciate you coming on to answer the questions and go over the things, and also the screen sharing. I like having the AMAs do that. It helps to just get visuals on things, not just what I'm looking at. So we got a nice deep dive into your white paper, your website, how to go about playing the game. You can already go and start if you want. You just need some NFTs. Like we said, driver, truck, and trailer. You can get those things from the market. You can get those things. You said there's still drops left that are not on market as well. Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's still packs available.
Packs.
So the large pack and the small pack, standard pack, they're still available on NFT Blocks.
On NFT Blocks. So if you wanted to search up long haulers on NFT Blocks, you'll see the drops with packs in them, and then you can open those packs to get. You know how packs work. They're random based on their rarities. So you might open up some nice ones, or you can go to the market and just pick up what you want based on what's there. Once you have your NFTs, go to this website, longhaulers.io, log in with your WAX, and you're ready to start. You can hit fleet to see what you got. You got your 500 gas ready to go. Start picking one. Pick a company to work for. I don't know who you want to choose because I don't have one yet. So at some point maybe we'll start pushing that. The NFT Andy one's a good one. I know he's always doing stuff with it. So there you go.
Online in.
Yeah, Online In's got one. So those are some friends that have one. I know Left House has one. So pick a streamer. Sensei, there you go. Pick a streamer. Start working for them, and start earning that token to where you can start buying. And the token's worth money, you know. You can keep the token and spend it for the in-game stuff, but at any point, if you wanted to exchange it for WAX, then you can do it. That's how the trading works.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, thanks for the raid earlier. Left Action House. I guess that's the new channel name. I'm assuming it's the same one for NFT Action News. Shouts to you. Shouts to all the raiders that hung out. Thank you for still being here. We're going to do 3 more Grubfish for other prizes. I got a mythic faded to give out. So stay tuned for that in just a little bit. Lots of demand soon. I got a big part of the LP on DeFi Bucks going. Okay. Cool.
Oga's got a ton.
Cool. That's awesome. Love to hear a nice active community member who just joined our Discord too. So welcome. Obviously we all have Discord. So Long Haulers has a Discord if you want to, and we got the links in there in the chat. If anybody wants to jump in there, if you have more questions, go ahead and hit them. If you have, there's a community there. So if you're interested, you can start jumping into the community. Once you get started doing the work orders and things and you're getting more into it, if more questions arise, you can hit them, you know. So we're all here to help. And also, like I said earlier, he streams. So Long Haulers does some streams sometimes if you want to hit up that as well.
Yep.
And you might get some giveaways. If you follow, you know how it works. If you follow, it notifies you when they go live. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to actually keep track of how often or when they go live unless you really are into a specific one. But if you just follow them, every now and then you'll get that little notification, and it's like, hey, he's going live. And then you can at least go say hi or something. That's what we streamers like. Even if you don't have the time to come in and watch for a while, just coming in and saying hi, showing that you were there, showing some love. All right. So with that, unless you got any final words, you got any final words for the crew?
No, not really. Just keep on trucking.
Keep trucking. Get those nice NFTs. Get the driver, the trucks, the trailers. See what you can do. Work for companies. Find a company you like to work for, and look forward to that company staking coming pretty soon, to where you'll be able to get rewards and discounts for working for the different companies. So that's cool. A lot of exciting stuff happening. I'm sure a whole bunch is going to be coming in the future. Which you kind of touched a little. Do you want to reveal anything at all for the future? Any other future ideas? Because if you've only been in this for 2 months, I know there's a lot of different directions and different things you can do.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about the company staking, which should be out within 2 weeks. We also have, after that's done, we're going to start adding mutable attributes to the trucks and trailers. So you can actually keep track of individual truck stats. So how many miles that truck's gone.
Awesome.
On the work orders. So you could have a truck with 1 billion miles, and you can flex with that.
Flex. That's right.
We'll probably add stuff like oil changes, to where you'll have like an oil XP, and then once it hits a certain amount, you'll have to change the oil on your truck using your EFS tokens before you can drive it again.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. But that's next stage.
Okay, so there's definitely stuff coming. He's working on it. I heard you're a great coder, so that just means there's going to be great things coming as far as what the ideas are and how you plan to implement them. You're definitely thinking about it. It's very important for something like this, especially when you have a token as well. You have to think about the tokenomics. Make sure you're doing the best for the community so everyone's happy together. Nobody's angry over how something went down with the tokens. So that's great. That's great. And maybe at some point you might even have a 3D game, or we might see you in the metaverse. We might all be driving our rigs in the metaverse. Who the heck knows? This is crypto land, so NFTs are forever. Shouts to everybody that owns some long haulers NFTs. You're doing better than me. I'm gonna go get some. So shouts to everybody that was winning. With that, I'm going to sign you off. Appreciate you being here this long and explaining all this. To me as well, I learned some. Like I said before, I had like a general overview of it, but I never did a deep dive like this. So this was really cool. It's actually pretty simple. Like the website has everything. So like once you're logged in, the work orders, they all have the info right there. You can literally see what they are, what you would get, what you would need. And it doesn't actually require that much knowledge. All it requires is that you own something, and then once you're in there, you can see what's needed and what you have. So that's cool. It's awesome. All right.
You can either play with strategy or just select what's available.
Yeah, you can strategize, or if you don't want to put much time into it, you can just pick something, and as long as you have something running, that means when your order's done, you can collect and pick another one, just based on what you got. You don't even have to strategize. So you can be a little more active, or you can just be straight up passive. But know that you're earning benefits when you're doing it, and also you can flip the NFTs if you want to give it a try, and then you decide it's not for you, or you don't have the time for it, or whatever. You can put it on the market. Somebody else will grab them for you. So that's cool. All right. It's been real. Appreciate it. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And yeah, basically, like we've already said, hit you up in Discord if you need any word from the Sid man. All right.
Yep, I'm always there.
All right.
Thanks
awesome.
for having me on.
All right. Awesome. Have a good one, man.
You too.